what's going on there. Hmm. Let's see. Let's make this public. I don't know why it looks dark through my screen. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I mean, messy. Oh, ooh, let's turn that down. I don't know why it's dark through my screen, but it's bright on on the computer. Okay, I got a big old mess here. This looks like just a hot mess, right? But it always looks like this. Pay this no mind. Pay it no mind. Mind your own business. That's the word today, y'all. Just want y'all to meditate. Right? Okay, let me give it a minute. I'm looking pretty good. I don't have my candle lit. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and light it up because it's still fall. Happy what holiday season, right? I think it's officially the holiday season, but it is definitely still fall in my neck of the woods. And don't pay the flames no mind. They're not gonna burn up the. Well, I hope not. It'll be fine. It appears to be closer than what it is in real time. I don't have my tea. I don't know. I was drinking tea every day, and this last week a day would go by and I didn't, like this morning, I didn't make my tea. I guess I'm not craving my tea, but I will have a cup later because I drink tea during the colder months. And I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. You guys, I am still creating fall. So what you see on my desk, it's all fall related. But in this video, oh, let me see if we have any participants. In this video, I am going to do a little demonstration. Now, for any of you out there who is able to leave a comment, go ahead, let's chat. Let me know where you're from. Many of you can't comment, but many can also like. So go ahead and like this video right now. Get it out the way. It is Sunday, early afternoon in my neck of the woods. It's 1:33 p.m. About 4, let's see, it gets dark here at 4:45 now. And this season is or was the last time we changed time. I know. I will journal about that. Actually, I did journal. Well, I started a page dedicated to the last time falls back, because in autumn it falls back an hour, in spring it springs forward. So we will never again go back. And I don't know a life without the time changing. There's a couple states, Arizona being one, their time never did change. But yeah, here in California, our time, we've always um changed times in autumn and in spring. So let's see, let me share. Oh, okay, it's not in this. Oh, it is in this book here. This is the journal I started November 1st. And I'm going to, let's see here. I think my camera looks okay. It looks good. I love this journal. Oh, I do have another autumn journal. I shared that. But on the 1st, I began working in this journal and I mailed myself mail. I do that on special occasions. So I mailed myself mail commemorating the end of daylight saving. Yeah. Oh. So this is my little my little decorative piece to commemorate. The time will never change again. I like it when the time change, but well, because that's all I know. I expect it. But I have to say, because it gets dark, like 4:45 now, the last couple days I've been out jogging, um, either right after it got dark, or perhaps I'm jogging while it's getting dark. And I do that at the park. I normally go around the neighborhood. I have different routes, but when it's dark, I tend to stay by the park because there's people out there and I don't stay far from the park. So the last couple nights, I've been like, yeah, if the time didn't change, I would have that extra hour of daylight to get out there and jog. Anyway, hi Deb. Deb states, "Hi Felicia. I was on YouTube watching another crafter I follow when your live popped up. Just got a new 2023 planner and am looking forward to making plans and journaling." Oh my goodness. Deb, I need to get my 20 and 23 calendar. I don't have one yet. And you know what? I didn't even think about it until I read your comment. This year is flying by. Oh my goodness. Yes, I have to pick up a calendar planner for next year. Thank you for mentioning that. I got to put that on my to do list. And thank you also for joining. Let me go ahead and share with you all. Okay, my last video several days ago, it was gingerbread because it is gingerbread season, right? Gingerbread making season. Oh, you know what? Hold on, you guys. Let me go grab this. Because for Thanksgiving, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving, and this was the first Thanksgiving in a long time. I just, I wasn't all there. I know I was not all there. And I know why. I prayed about it. My spirit was down. I was still thankful. But I look forward to cooking Thanksgiving. It's an all day, 2, 3 day experience if I start on that Monday. But I started Tuesday night and then Wednesday I'm cooking and I'm like thinking, I can't wait for Thanksgiving to be over with already. And it just hit me all of a sudden. But we had a beautiful Thanksgiving when it was said and done. It was small, just our daughter and her boyfriend came. We did our annual tradition, the gathering of the leaves. And we went every year, we go to a different spot. This time we had our little event inside of an orchard. Oh, beautiful. Because those fruit orchards, they, well, I think this is maybe a peach orchard. Anyway, beautiful mustard and the yellows. So everywhere we turned, we were surrounded by these beautiful trees. And in my neck of the woods, um, a lot of leaves are still on the trees as well as on the ground. So it was beautiful when you look up, beautiful when you look afar, beautiful when you look on the ground. We had an amazing time. The food came out really good. I had to do some repairs. I had to say some repair prayers. But when it was said and done, it was all delicious. I say that because when I do my dressing, I do the broth and I do the broth overnight and in a slow cooker. The next morning, I tasted my broth and it tasted good. But how come I go adding in all this other stuff? And when it was said and done, people, I, my broth was so bitter. I became bitter. I'm like, Felicia, why? And that was the first thing that I made. So I had to pour broth out add more water. I had to dilute it several times to get that bitterness out of it because I was just going crazy. I don't know what was wrong with me. And I was cognizant of what I was doing. But anyway, that all worked out. And then I didn't feel like doing my signature tried and true mac and cheese because that requires several steps. So I just made up a mac and cheese recipe on a whim. Now, this time I'm cognizant, Felicia, just don't overdo it. Be a little light with your seasoning. So, at first I was following that rule. Now, for this, I'm going to give you guys a tip. And you have to play with your own recipe and ingredients. But I decided I wanted to add wine. I cook with wine. And I decided I wanted to add wine in my mac and cheese. So I'm pouring the wine in the cheese sauce, mixing it, tasting it, pouring the wine. I must have poured that whole wine bottle, it seems like, because when it was said and done, it tasted too much like wine. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It is what it is. I'm not doing no more prayers. I'm not doing no more repairs. If they don't like it, oh well. People, that mac and cheese ended up being the biggest hit. It ended up being the biggest hit. And so, because I didn't write the recipe or the ingredients down, because I was just whatever I thought of, I just dumped it in there. I do that quite often. Because it was a hit, afterwards, I had to go back and try to remember everything I put in. So I hope you all had a beautiful, family oriented, God filled, belly filled Thanksgiving. All right, let me go ahead and share these two gingerbread. And in this video, I hope to just quickly put together one with you all. First, though, can I just read the scripture? Please, let me just read the scripture. All right, you guys, I know many people do not read the word. What happened? And this is many Christian people. Okay, I had this right here. Oh, okay. I wanted to read two scriptures from Thessalonians, but I'm going to go ahead and read this one here. And it is found in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And I love it. I love the Bible because it will just, Paul did not sugarcoat. If he was here today, he would give it, well, he gave it to us raw, right? And uncensored back then. But today, if he was here using our verbiage and slang and how we talk, oh my goodness, it would be like right in our face. But I want to just read this here. Let's see here. Verse 11. So 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. For we hear that there are some who walk among you in a disorderly manner, not working at all, but are busybodies. Busybodies. Did you guys know that word was in the Bible? Busybody. I'm going to read that again. For we hear that there are some who walk among you in a disorderly manner, not working at all, but who are busybodies. Now, not working, but busybodies. Not working, but busybodies. How can you be not working, but busybodies? Well, I'm going to answer that in a second. But he goes on to state, now those who are such we command and exhort through our Lord Jesus Christ, that they work in quietness and eat their own bread. I exhort that they work in quietness and eat their own bread. I'm going to come back to that, but I'm going to have to find, okay, maybe in a second I'm going to find that scripture, the one I really want to focus on, mind your business. It's here. It's here, y'all. I'm going to read it. Yeah, we've heard that as well. Mind your own business. Don't we tell our kids that, and might tell adult people that too? Look, just mind your own business. Well, you know what? That is scripture. Yes, you can tell somebody, mind your own business, because that is exactly what scripture states. We ought to be minding our own business, right? I know I've told the kids many times, go find some business. Get out of mine and go find your own business. Mind your own business. Okay, so I'll come back to that. In the meantime, let me go ahead and share this gingerbread. And you guys don't forget to like, and you can subscribe as well. Once again, it is gingerbread making season. And take a look at my bald headed gingerbread. I'm working with different materials this season. Um, in my last video, oh, and I left to go to the kitchen. I wanted to show you guys something. Well, I do have it, and I was about to sit on it. So let me put this on the ground. I don't want to sit on it. Now I don't know. I was going to share. Oh my goodness, what did I do with them? Excuse me. Here they go. If you guys caught my video several days ago, I shared these paper bag hanging gingerbread using actual paper bags you get from the market. I don't think I had ever worked with paper bags before, and I got more projects coming your way using paper bags and brown paper bag sacks. So I used paper bags, and then in this video, which I'm excited about these projects because I'm working with another material, Tim Holtz would say substrate, that I've had for I don't know how many years and have thought to play with, but really never did. You guys, this is that plastic canvas that's used. You use embroidery thread or you can use yarn. So I decided to finally play with it. And the die I used, well, it cut through the cutting machine like butter. So this is the die. This is the same die I used for the paper bag hanging tags. This is by Sizzix. It's yesteryear. It's discontinued, but with that information, you can probably sometimes find it online. It's item number 658158, gingerbread man number 2. And I love the shape of this particular gingerbread. So take a look at it, you guys. I'm not sure if, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me share the actual product. Some of you might not be familiar with this. Now, you guys, I recently learned, like a couple days ago, I watched Frugal Crafters, one of her videos from 2020, because I went online for some reason. I wanted to go to Consumer Crafts. So I went to their website. Some of you might recall I've shared hauls from the website. I shared my Copic storage system from Consumer Crafts. They crossed my mind. The other day I went to go to their website and it was no more. And then I did a little bit of research, found the Frugal Crafters video, and she talked about, yes, Consumer Crafts went out of business. Not only Consumer Crafts, but also Derice. Did you guys know Derice went out of business? Now, Michaels owns probably Consumer Crafts, according to the Frugal Crafter and Derice, but I had no idea they went out of business. Derice made a wide range of crafty products. We have some of their dies, right? Embossing folders. We got a lot of that from Tuesday Morning. They make sequins, and then they made this perforated or this particular plastic. Now, this is thrifted. Whenever I find it at a thrift store, I pick it up. So it's discontinued, and I know this color here. Oh, this is the color I used for this particular gingerbread. And I just had like a half a sheet found in this package here, and I love this color. I can't find it, but I have a tip for you all, because you can make these any color you like. using the white. Now, you may not be able to find your Reese's, but there's other companies that make this plastic. Now, and you see the yarn on the back, what I like about it, it's thin. So if you wanted to create a thin tag, it's just like cardstock. It's not going to add a whole lot of bulk unless you make your die cut bulky. But it's different than paper. It feels different. Of course, it has the holes. So if you feel like you want to sew, but you don't want to sew, if you feel like you want to knit, but you don't want to knit, but you still want to create, this is a nice substrate to do that with. And once again, you can color it. We're going to do that in the video. So you see this cute gingerbread. Now, the star of this gingerbread is her eyes. Ah! On a whim, I have no expertise in doing this, but I love how her eyes came out. Look at those eyes. Ah! I love faceless gingerbread, and I did want to add a mouth, but I didn't want her to come out looking like a demon because I can jack up a gingerbread, which is probably why I like faceless gingerbread. But just with the eyes alone, isn't she cute? So I'm excited to play around with this plastic. Now, I do want to make a couple, okay, you know what? I do have a package I need to open up because this plastic is, once again, it's offered by different companies. And if I don't forget, I'm going to link some Amazon listings, but this is number 14. Based on my understanding, well, there's different numbers you can buy. I think 14 might be the highest number, and the numbers, they correspond with the number of holes per inch. So 14 has 14 holes per inch. I did order some from Amazon. I think it's number 7, but those have 7 holes per inch. So those are bigger holes. So you can play around, you can experiment. I used embroidery thread like this one here, but with the bigger holes, with the smaller numbers, you can use yarn. Okay, let me share another one. Now, you can find different colors of this plastic. Hobby Lobby carries different colors in the number 7. I didn't see any in the number 14. But once again, we could easily change colors. All right, so the second one I made, and pay attention to the eyes. Look at this one, you guys. Look at this one. As I mentioned before, I'm in the fall making spirit, and I'm going to carry that all the way through December. And because, well, we still have a lot of trees that still got a lot of turning to do. So the trees got some turning and got some falling to do. So now people are putting out their Christmas decorations amongst fallen leaves. So fall and Christmas is meshed together. This is another gingerbread to commemorate the the combining of the seasons in my neck of the woods. So I dedicated this one. Let me share the die. My fall gingerbread, and I used another yesteryear die. This one is by Tim Holtz. It's called Gingerbread, and there's no item number. Yeah, there's no item number. But it's a steel rule die. Love my steel rule dies because they cut through any and everything and multiple layers at one time. But this one here, you all, I used white plastic. And yes, I used my alcohol markers to color it. Isn't that cute? And if you're wondering what this collage is, well, it's rub-ons from Dollar Tree. Look at these beautiful rub-ons. I got these several weeks ago, and I went back because I wanted more of these because they work excellent. And I didn't find more of these, but I found these instead. And I'm like, wow, okay. The store I went to originally didn't have both of these. Dollar Tree got some beautiful fall stickers and rub-ons. But take a look at these, you all. Beautiful. Okay, let me read another scripture, you all. And it's from Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4. So I just read from 2 Thessalonians. Let me go to chapter 4 and verse 11. It states, or it reads, that you also aspire to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to work with your own hands. Ah! That you also aspire to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to work with your own hands. You know what? That's just self-explanatory, right? Mind your own business. Don't be a busybody. You're not, and when I say you, I'm not talking about you. Then again, it could be you. Hey, scripture is speaking to us people, all of us, myself included. None of us are exempt. The word edifies us all, and it's self-explanatory. Just mind your own business. Don't be busy being a busybody. Be busy minding your own business, working with your own hand, living a quiet life. What does that mean to you? Do you live a noisy life? Now, I'm not talking about being funny. My husband, he's loud. We get loud in my family. It's okay to be joyous and festive and loud in that way. If you mind in your own business, that is, right? A lot of people got a problem minding other people's business and not tending to their own business. And their own business get out of hand. All right. I am going to, let's see here. Let's see, which one do we want? Let's do another Tim Holtz. And you see, gingerbread are so fun because they come in different shapes. Look, oh, and once again, look at the eyes. That's my signature eye. I created those eyes. I love it. They look different. Now, and this gingerbread here, I tied raffia around his neck, and this is how the back looks. And I have a little pumpkin bead that I made hanging because once again, that's my fall related gingerbread tag. All right. I did share. Okay, this is how the plastic canvas looks. And I'm just going to take a piece here. For those of you who are able to comment, leave a comment. Now, you guys, my husband and I, we were blessed to vacation in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Let me just go ahead and testify and thank my God and give him the glory. My husband and I, we had never heard of Turks and Caicos. Have you guys heard of Turks and Caicos? What had happened was, and let me show you all. I just cut the plastic out and look. No problem. And this could be used as a stencil. You could use the negatives in your journals. Let me show you all how easy it is to take white and transform it any color you like using alcohol. And this is one of the few times I get to use this wide brush stroke tip. I meant to do a video several years ago using this tip because a lot of us don't use it, but I have found several techniques where this particular tip comes in handy. But look how easy it is. If you feel like coloring, look at that. Look at that, you all. So easy. So anyway, back to our Turks and Caicos trip, you all. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. God is so good. He blessed my husband and I with an all expense paid trip. My husband called me about 6 weeks ago and he stated, "Do you want to go to Turks and Caicos?" And I'm like, Turkey? He thought the same thing when the trip was offered to him by his boss. His boss gave him this trip, gave us this trip. And I'm like, if it's free, I'll just say yeah by faith and look it up, right? So I looked it up and realized, okay, it's basically islands. I still didn't know much about it. Now, some of you may have heard, I don't know what month, it's been maybe 2 months ago, if not 3 months ago, when I looked up and did more research about this trip, I, like some of you, had heard the story on the news of an American being killed in Turks and Caicos. So I followed that story. I did research because I'm like, oh my goodness, an American was killed. And this American was with his fiance and he was vacationing. He was, I think, the president or the vice president of a local NAACP chapter. I forget what state he was from. But anyway, after that happened, I did more research and was reading about the crime level increasing in the Turks and Caicos. So, investigative Felicia, I'm trying to get all the information I can because I'm thinking, like, I don't want to go. And at that same time, the Travel Advisory Board, they had increased the travel advisory alert to 2. So it went up. And I'm like, okay, we're not going because I never heard of Turks and Caicos. I don't know nothing about it. And and then the Germans, no, the British. I think the British owns Turks and Caicos. It's was a colony area. They sent over a ship, soldiers, and whatever else they sent over trying to stabilize whatever areas were increasing. It was gang, increase in gang violence. So I prayed and kept following the story. What I'm going to do now is I'm using these. I think these are embroidery needles. I had these in my stash. When you buy the plastic canvas, it'll tell you what needle, okay, tapestry needles or whatever kind of needle you need and what size, it'll tell you that. I find these at the thrift stores and I pick them up, and you can find them with different hole sizes. So I just pulled this from my stash and I keep this pumpkin. I use it as a pin cushion. I pull it out every year. Well, I got it last year, and I just keep my needles here. So I'm going to actually, do I want to make a new eye? Now, you guys, these can be ornaments, or once again, they can just be tags because they're thin enough. Excuse me. Of course, happy mail, right? But these can be tags on your gifts, ornaments on your trees. As a matter of fact, this plastic canvas, you can find different shaped ornaments with the plastic canvas, and you have a ready-made kit. So you already have your embroidery floss and your needle. You already have that. But there's a rhyme and reason. Excuse me, I gotta drink some water. There's a rhyme and reason. There's directions to how you floss your thread through if you want to create a certain pattern look. Mine's all freestyle. I'm keeping it simple. Okay. So anyway, I followed that story even to the point I was trying to look up their local newspaper. What I learned was, because we did go, of course, their paper don't come out every day. It may come out once a week or twice a week, and I did bring paper back. But anyway, make a long story short, you all, we had a safe experience. We had no problems. Now, we did pretty much stay at the resort. No, I want to go through the back. We didn't venture out too far. What happened to the American, according to what I read, and also according to um, the shuttle driver that took us from the airport to our resort, because I asked him about it, and he said he confirmed some things that I did read in the paper, but he also stated, well, he gave some advice. He stated the American was on an excursion, left the hotel. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. But can you see how my lines, they're not even? That is A-okay. Just go over it again. But part of me want to leave it like that because that might create another look. But for this one, I'm just going to go over it because I do want it to be even. And I'm going to go back into one of the same holes. Now, when you're using embroidery thread, depending on the type, this thread has, this one I think has 4 strands or 6 strands. You can peel apart some strands to make it thinner. When I created this one, I used the strands as they were. You might, and depending on the size of your needle, you might have to struggle to get it through the hole. But once again, you can separate the strands if it's too difficult to get through the hole. This one here, I did, no, I don't know what I did here, but you guys get the point. But if you can see that, you can't even tell I went over that second row again. And that's how the back looked. I didn't pull this all the way through, but that's okay. So I'm creating three vertical rows, just like that. And that's it. Going to cut off the back here. Put my needle back here because I don't want to lose it. Trim this down. And the way I adhere this down, I guess well, if you use tape, you might be able to see it from the front, but I just add a little bit of hot glue and go like that and call it a day. That's how that looks. And look, I got one eye halfway done. So let's do the other eye. And I might have to add more. Yeah, I gotta add more thread. Okay, where is my thread? Right here. My thread is thrifted as well. You can find a lot of notions, a lot of embroidery supplies at the thrift store. All right, which one did this one here. So back to my Turks and Caicos story. The shuttle driver stated, only take licensed and qualified driving services. Now, I don't know how true this is, but he stated that the American was honest. He went to the excursion, which was jet skiing. He left his hotel with an official driving service, but he came back with locals, and the locals were the ones who were targeted. Now I don't know how true that was, but I did I did read that the locals were targeted. But we had this driver, tell us, and it just makes sense. You don't want to get in the car. And I don't know if the American knew these people. I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting this in. Okay, let me cut this. If you knew the person, but basically only take qualified and licensed transportation services. Come on, get this in there. But you guys, we were spoiled. This event was put on by Mazda. We all heard of Mazda cars, and they were Mazda employees from all over the states. What what is going on with this? I got to cut this off because there were Mazda. You see how it separates right there? This one has, looks like 5 strands. I don't want to separate it. I might have to though, unless, oh, Felicia. Okay. I don't want to pull. No, I'm making this work. I'm being defiant. But you guys, we were spoiled. Let me tell you, our hotel, when I got there, because I didn't know what to expect, and I can't call it a hotel because it's a resort. I did share a video of our room service for one breakfast, ocean, oceanside, oceanfront room, and how come I dropped my needle and I think it fell. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab another needle. Oh, I see it. I can't believe it. You know how you drop something and you can never find it until you step on it? Thank you, Lord. I didn't want to step on this. People, we got there, we registered, and we were escorted because we were catered to. We were waited on and we were catered to. We were escorted to the reception room dedicated for Mazda participants our whole stay. They had a bar in the room, of course. I don't drink, but they had a bar. They had a table with these hors d'oeuvres and finger foods, like literal cucumber sandwiches and all that. So delicious. We went to the table to get our name badges and to make sure we had our selected excursions because it was all covered. Now, my husband, I had signed up. No, we pre-signed up, but I was not going to do any water events. My husband, he signed up for jet skiing. I'm like, you can be in them waters all by yourself. I'm cool on land. So I just took leisure days. So anyway, we got handed an envelope that had $500 cash in it. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. My husband wasn't either, but we sure did take it. And then right after that, we got escorted right over in the same room. You know, at Costco, they have the sunglasses vendors come in, and the sunglasses they're set up where you can pick the one you want, try on the one you want, and it's a nice size setup. It was a setup like that in the same room. We were told, pick out any pair of glasses you want. Okay, so I don't rush, but anyway, I grabbed this marble brown colored sunglass because I love brown. And they have big lenses. I would run upstairs and get it for you all and show it to you. So I picked it pretty fast. And I'm usually indecisive, but when it comes to like colors, brown, if there's a brown, I don't have to spend so much time thinking. Okay, so I missed a hole, so I need to go over this one again. And people, I'm eyeballing. If you want to, you could count like count how many squares in on both sides if you want it to be even. I did that one time. But then I figured, you know what? I'm just going to go with the flow and it's just going to be what it be. So I picked out my glasses. My husband picked out his. He got a white pair. And he came over and looked at my glasses and saw the price tag. And he said, "Wow, your glasses cost $400." Now, I didn't even look at the price tag. I didn't have my readers on. I wouldn't see it anyway. People, they were free. They were free. Yes, my glasses was $400. Lord knows I would never pay that much for a pair of glasses. And my husband's pair, we looked at his was $200. And I said, wow, ain't this something? The glasses are nice. I don't know if they're $400 nice. I think my pair is by a designer named Celine. I've never heard of Celine. I don't do like designer, so I wouldn't know, what's designer. There's some names we all know, like Ralph Lauren, and I mean, so there's certain names I do know, but I had no idea. I said, Lord, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so now I'm going to take this dark brown because I want to create, I don't know, I like the two-tone look. Our first night there, we had dinner on the beach. It was all set up by Mazda. And when I say on the beach, people, our table, I chose the table closest to the beach. You take like 10, 15 steps, you are in the water. So we were like basically on the shoreline. All these beautiful, candlelit tables set up. Every table had one or two waiters or waitresses there to serve us. Just beautiful. That first night, I left the patio door open and heard the waves all night. All night, because you open up the patio and you step out on the balcony and you just see water. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And the interesting thing about Turks and Caicos, in addition to being so clean and so beautiful, their weather, it's like Florida. I think Florida is warm all year. The high was maybe 82, 83 when we were there. The temperatures never really changed throughout the night. It might go down a couple degrees, but if the high is 85, the low is going to be 80. So it was hot. A different type of heat, though. Their heat, it's humid. Boy, I was sweating like crazy. And then having hot flashes, y'all know. Y'all. So it was hot. We needed that air on. Now, to shop there is very expensive. I love to go to this came out. I love to go to a grocery store. We were at the Ritz-Carlton, if some of you are aware of that area, along, I think it's called Grace Bay. So there is a grocery store that was across the street from the resort. I went to a couple times. I actually filmed inside the grocery store. A gallon of orange juice, people, $15. $15. Now, the locals stated it's a little cheaper if you shop at the grocery stores they frequent, but it's still expensive. And the reason being is because Turks and Caicos, they import a lot of their goods from Florida. So they have to pay to import it. A lot of residents that live there, they actually fly to Florida because it's not too far from Florida. They fly to Florida to buy their clothing and things like that. Take a look at the eyes, which I did this one. Okay, it's kind of similar to this one, but his eyes are longer. You know what? I'm wondering, I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to try this. I'm going to let's just see how it looks if I added this brown to the bottom. Okay, no, let's go up a little bit. Okay, let's do this. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna leave his eyes just like that. So we're done with the eyes. Now what I'm gonna do is, and if some of the stain came off, just reapply it. And you can do some shading if you like. What I also did was I took a dark marker and outlined it like this. The food was really good, you all. Once again, it was all expense paid. Um, my husband, he signed up for the jet skiing, which once again, I didn't go. I just kind of lingered at the hotel. I I had originally signed up for the spa, but when it was said and done, I didn't even take advantage of it. And I wish I had, because I didn't take a well, I did do one excursion. It's called an excursion, but actually my husband and I, we did it together. We took a cooking class that was up in the penthouse. Oh my goodness. Which the penthouse, I'm told, was $5,000 a night. So we were up in the penthouse. You guys, this cooking class, you know what? Okay. I think it's upstairs because my dog, Sasha, I'm so happy I brought back 2 sets of recipe cards of what we made. And I left my autographed set. You know what? It might be right here. Hold on. The other day, Sasha was in my craft room and she tore up the recipe cards my husband set. I thank God I had the foresight to bring his set in my craft room and not mine. People, this cooking class, and my husband states it was even better than jet skiing. It was like one of the cooking shows you see on TV. That's what it felt like. We had 3 stations. We made, and this is the first time I've made crab cakes. That's been on my list to make. We did lobster, so I learned how to properly cook a lobster. And first time ever, also on my to cook list, cream cream brulee. Oh my goodness, you guys, actually made it. I wanted to do it for wanted to make it for Thanksgiving, but I got to get that torch. It wasn't going to come in time. So I endeavored to do that for Christmas. Oh, you guys, the best food ever. After we cooked, the whole group, we sat down at this beautiful decorated table. Everything was fine dining. No paper napkins, not even for breakfast, right? They had the linen and everything and different types of forks, which I don't know what fork, what spoon. Just give me a fork, give me a spoon so I can eat. My husband kept telling me, you got the wrong fork. You got the wrong spoon. I'm thinking, can you just leave me alone so I can enjoy this meal? But that was it was so fun, you all. So this is what they gave us. Look, and I had the chef. They they were missing a recipe and I caught that. So I had one of the chefs write the recipe here and he gave his signature and he dated it 11/11/2022. And then the main chef, he put Turks and Caicos and he put his name. He's over he's the executive chef for the resort there. People was so good. So good. This is my ephemera that I brought back. I brought back some Turks and Caicos newspapers. Let's see here. Oh, yep. I visited some shops. A lot of the natives there, they come from Haiti, and I forget what other place they come from. But I visited Mama's shop. I love postcards. So I got, oh, Grace Bay. This is the area we were in, Grace Bay. And people, it really do look like that. The waters are turquoise. The sand is so soft. Oh my goodness, it's so soft. And for the first time, I've been to the beach before, but and my husband didn't recognize this too until I pointed it out. If you look far in the ocean, it looks like people are jet skiing, but what it really is waves. The waves take on a form that I describe as clouds. How did I describe it? Clouds coming down and racing on the waters. But it was a lot of that. It was so beautiful, just so clean. The people were just magnificently nice. Another postcard. Oh, and I did bring back some patio and lawn art. Maybe in the summertime, I'll share that with you all. And I had to get innovative with how I packaged it up because it was too big for a carry on. And I didn't know how I got like four nice size large pieces. I didn't know how I was going to get it to the States. My husband kept saying, do FedEx. And I'm like, if a gallon of orange juice costs $15, do you know how much it's going to cost to UPS or FedEx this back to the States? This is this is what we ended up doing. God is so good. I asked the hotel or the resort if they had any empty boxes. They brought me what they had. One of the stores I shopped at, the lady brought the pieces to the resort, and she brought me a roll of tape, of the packaging tape. I ended up wrapping the pieces in just bags and then took those boxes and flattened the boxes and we were able to stick the pieces in between the flattened box, and then we just used that tape and just taped it up from every direction. People, it worked. And then we checked it in as luggage. So we paid whatever fee that was to check it in, and my art came home with me. Now, this lady here is Mama's. I think she's Mama's 2. Her sister is Mama's 1. Her daughter, she illustrated these postcards here, and she calls these the women of Turks and Caicos, of the different sections of the islands. Look how beautiful these are. I would have gotten duplicates, but these postcards were like $5 for one postcard, except for these. These were $1. But look how pretty these are. Our last night there was a show put on for us, the Mazda recipients, and um, those a part of the show, they were dressed in native attire. They came out singing, playing music, and they marched around the pool. That was beautiful. And then we had a spectacular fireworks show that was put on. So it was just fun and festive. And one of the highest people there at Mazda, my husband really, he showed out, people. He showed out. If there's anybody to be remembered, it's him. I'm sure everyone there would stay my husband. You hear my husband before you see him. He truly is the life of the party. But anyway, he comes up to me. I forget his name. He's so nice. And he's like, where's your husband? And I point to my husband, and he says, follow me. And he went and grabbed my husband. And he told my husband, you're going to be the start of the conga. Now, I had never heard of the conga, and maybe it's not even called that. But basically what it is, there's a whole line of people that we started. My husband, he's the first one in line. And whatever dance or move he does, we all have to do it. And we did it marching around the pool. It was hilarious. But even what was more hilarious than that, I can still see it. Somebody got this videotaped and I want it. So we were all up dancing. The live band was amazing. They were playing all the old school music and some new school music. So we're all dancing. And this same one that asked me where my husband was, he's in the group too. So it's him and my husband and someone else. They're all like hugged up in a line. And they're just grooving and dancing, right? How come? How come this man? Oh my goodness, it's so funny. Y'all, he broke out. Okay, you have to come from the era of breakdancing to understand what I'm going to say, right? He didn't break out breakdancing, but he broke out breakdancing with the feet moves, and it was hilarious. It came out of nowhere. What makes it ultra funny, even more funny, he was white. And he broke out with those foot moves and he just put my husband and everybody else to shame. It was so hilarious. And then about 10 minutes later, he did it again and put more on it this time. It was the best foot action I've ever seen live. It was so funny. So we had the best time ever. I'm going to come back to this because there's a couple things I want to share. Well, you know what? I'll share these tips. You all, when you're out at hotels, look for the napkins that have the name of the hotel on it. Now, this is Hilton Garden. What had happened when we flew out of our city, we had to stay over in Dallas because there were no direct flights. So we stayed over in Dallas at the Hilton. And yes, Mazda did cover it. Thank God. Told you, all expense paid. So we stayed at the Hilton and I kept the napkin. And then we flew American Airlines and they have their signature napkin. I took several of those, but there's something else I want to share as well. Because while we were in Dallas, we ate at a place, a hamburger joint I'd never heard of before, but it's real popular. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you, Lord. Now this could have caught on fire right here. We ate at, let's see here. Is the name here? Whataburger. It was right there at the hotel, and someone had mentioned that it was good. We ate there, but people, look what I got. I'm a kid at heart. I come from the 80s. I have a boatload of vintage 80s stickers. And like I've told you guys before, when I go out, I am not ashamed to ask for stickers. Oh my goodness. It's sunny outside. It's fall. I just saw leaves rain and it was beautiful. I try to capture it on video when I'm out walking and driving. But watching those leaves fall made me remember something that happened at our traditional gathering of the leaves on Thanksgiving. Our daughter's boyfriend, he did something we never did before, but we're going to do this every year. I'm going to incorporate that in our festivities. He picked up a bunch of leaves and then he made it rain with the leaves. Now, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. And I kind of don't know it either. In the sense, I've never been to a strip club before. But apparently at the strip clubs, the ballers, they make it rain with the money for the strippers. So he made it rain with the leaves. So we all picked up leaves and we walked towards the camera to see who could make it rain the best. I don't know who won it because I didn't go back to watch it, but watching those leaves come down made me, for some reason, think about making it rain with the leaves. But back to this, you all. We ate that night about 11 o'clock. Yeah, it was something coming in to Dallas. And after we ate, I decided to ask one of the employees, do you have stickers? Not thinking she was going to bring back these stickers. I would have took anything, right? So she had to go back and look. So we're eating, and about 10 minutes into our meal, she brings me several. These are real sticker sheets. She brings real sticker sheets of stickers, and I couldn't believe it. Look, you guys, you can peel them back. These are real stickers. And so the next day, before we left to go to the airport to head off to Turks and Caicos, I went back to Whataburger because it was right there. We stayed at the Hilton at the airport, which is really like several miles from the airport, but it's still considered airport. I went back to get more stickers. It was a new staff there, so they didn't know what the heck I was talking about. But I'm like, no, you guys really have stickers. About 4 employees was assisting me looking for stickers. And they're like, ma'am, I think we sold out. And I said, no, she had to go back to the office to get these. Finally, somebody came out and they brought me out a whole stack of stickers. So these are Whataburger. Some of their signature. Well, these are Christmas related, but it's some signature items they have on the menu. This is a shake. These are their fries, and this is their Whataburger ketchup sauce. But isn't this cool? And apparently for Thanksgiving, they they're going to have a different selection. We don't have a Whataburger here. I've never heard of it, but I'm so happy to have the stickers. I was at Kaiser earlier in the week, got some blood work drawn, and guess I asked for stickers, and I got some. I think these might have some age to it. No, no, no. I'm confusing it with stickers I just found from the thrift store the other day. Where are those stickers? Oh, I found these stickers in a bundle. I love it when I find stickers. These are Susan Wing It. I believe these might have aged because she got stickers back from yesteryear. But these are Curious George. But look at these. These are apples from the 80s. Scholastic, 1989. And then I found these from our local fire department. I don't know how old those are. And I love me some Me and My Big Idea stickers. I just love these pencil scribble type kids. And then I got these rub-ons from the 90s. So happy to have these Whataburger stickers. If any of you guys have a Whataburger and you have some extra stickers from, I don't know how often they put them out, but I would love to receive some stickers. Okay, this was we ate at a restaurant in the area, and no, wait a minute. Yeah, this was the menu. You can keep things like this, you all. So we had a 4-course meal here. And you can see, where was this at? Dinner menu? No, this was our last night. We ate at the pool, I think. Okay, but this is all of my ephemera. Let's see what this is. Okay, so back to the gingerbread. Let's add, where is the icing? I think what I might want to do is cut out a lot of icing with the plastic and use it on my paper gingerbread. I'm not going to add a whole lot to this guy. To glue this down, I just use hot glue. Now, if this is something, I mean, some of you might have experience with this form of craft. You could use your thread or your yarn to create a hat. Oh, you know what? I actually wanted to use something else for the frosting. Darn it. I wanted to try something. Perhaps I can still do it. But if you're skilled with the thread and yarn, you could make some buttons here, make a hat, make whatever. But you know what? I want to try something out. Oh, I hit my knee. Oh. You know, it hit that part of the knee where you don't know if you want to cry or laugh. It's not the funny bone. I don't know. Oh, dang. Okay, I'm okay. All right. Am I still alive? I don't even know. Okay. And you guys, I've had technical difficulties before with like comments may not come through when I'm doing the video. And I can't explain that, but what I will say is if my screen is looking a lot better, it's because I finally upgraded my phone. I was at Costco yesterday. I went to upgrade because they have, well, let me just say this. It's not what it used to be. Costco used to give you a car charger, a house charger, all these different amenities when you upgrade it through Sprint, Verizon, or whoever, AT&T at Costco. They don't give you anything. Well, with Verizon, they just gave a cord. They didn't even give the charger. And like I've always gotten a Costco card of 200 or 300 bucks when I upgraded my phone. Well, through Verizon, it's only for new lines. So they cut back on a lot of their discounts. But during this time, until Monday, actually, which is Cyber Monday, with my new phone, I think I saved 400 off the phone. So that was pretty good. But I wanted to say, oh, yeah, I'm using a brand new phone. And the pictures it takes, the videos it takes. My husband got the same phone a couple of weeks ago, and I was so mad because I'm like, his phone, of course, y'all, my phone is so old. I thought I last upgraded 3 years ago because I don't upgrade every year. People, my last upgrade was in 2017. This month, 5 years ago. I'm there. I can't believe it when she tells me that my upgrade was 5 years ago. I said, no, I upgraded 3 years ago. I normally upgrade every 3 years. What had happened was 3 years ago was the start of the pandemic during that time. So I know I didn't upgrade during that time. Time has just flown by. But yeah, my phone was overheating during the summer. It was just doing all type of weird stuff. I thought maybe Verizon is sending out a virus because you hear about that. They'll send out viruses to your phone when they want you to upgrade. But no, that phone was just old. I couldn't believe 5 years. So it's looking good. It's bright. Oh, Deb says, sorry about your knee. Did you feel that, Deb? Did you feel it? I laugh at my husband when he does stuff like that, but it's really not funny because for that 30 seconds, boy, woo. Okay, I am going to use this product and see. It might melt. We'll see. This is Liquid Amplify. It's this. Okay, I sent the manufacturer a message because they have all the other colors on their website except the white. I love this stuff. I first used it when the product was available. I thought it was discontinued, and who knows, it might really be discontinued. But a couple years ago, I came across a site that had 2 or 3 whites, which I picked up because I do like it. It hasn't gotten hard. Now, I'm going to use my heat gun on plastic, but not too long because heat will melt plastic. But you know what? Okay, it did start to curl. It did start to curl a little bit down here. It got soft, but it did. Well, I could add more heat to make the icing puff up more, but I don't want to melt my guy. So what I could do, surprisingly, the white plastic, the white icing plastic did not melt. I can do that separately. But yeah, if you heat up the plastic, you do risk your shape melting. I don't know what else to add to him. I didn't really think. I don't have any. I'm not pulling out my Christmas stuff, you all. I'm working with what I have on hand and what I have easy access to. I could add some buttons to him, right? That's always fun. That's always easy. Like I added buttons here. Do I want to add colored buttons? But back to this word, you all, it's really self-explanatory. A lot of issues we go through in life, a lot of problems we have, we bring it on ourselves. In the context of this scripture, which exhorts us to mind our own business, work with our own hands, live a quiet life. Don't be a busy, don't be busy at being a busy body, being in other people's business, whatever that means, whatever that means to you. If someone is not asking for advice, maybe consider not offering it if they're not asking. If you hear about something that someone is going through, consider your ulterior motives. Why you might want to call them. Do you want to call because you have itchy ears? There's a scripture too that talks about itchy ears. Speaking of itchy ears, my right ear has been itching. I was at Kaiser, what's today? Kaiser Friday. I'm like, now I need a diagnosis. Because for several weeks I had been dealing with it. I had put peroxide in my ear. And hydro. I used the topical cream, the cortisone, mineral oil, olive oil. And when I woke up the other night, because my ear was itching so much, and to the point where your whole body just cringe, I'm like, I'm getting to Kaiser because this is just ridiculous now. I was in and out of Kaiser literally. That doctor came in, looked at my ears, and it's like, there's nothing I can do for you. You're not inflamed. Well, he said the left ear can use a cleaning. I'm like, the left ear is not the one that's really bothering me. It's the right ear. So he recommended I get some eardrops for the left ear, but for the right ear, he said, just continue to do what you're doing. But, you're fine. And I'm sitting there like, you know what? You're going to give me a diagnosis. You're going to tell me I got an ear infection. I need, something needs to explain this. And then the funny thing is, that same night, the ear didn't bother me as much. And it hasn't bothered me as much today either. So perhaps it's getting better. But my ears have been clogging up. When you put things in your ear, like I haven't been hearing as well, needing the TV up louder. And it's because the olive oil or whatever I use, it'll clog up my ears, and it just takes time for it to come out. But the Bible does talk about itchy ears. If you just mind your own business, and don't hide under the disguise of I just want to check on you, I'm praying for you. No, your ears are itchy, right? Sometimes it's like that. The ears are just itchy. You just want to know what somebody's business is. And don't try to be clever about it either. You call up somebody and you ask suggestive questions or make statements because you want to indirectly get that information out. No, I mean, a lot of what we bring on ourselves, a lot of what we go through, we bring on ourselves. And you know what? The less you know, the less you are involved with, it'll make your life quieter, right? That's the way I feel. I don't care to hear gossip. I ain't gonna lie. There's times though, I'm like, I wonder what happened. You just want to know, right? And not necessarily for the purpose of repeating, because I don't believe in gossip. I just dropped this one. The Bible talks about gossipers. But once again, we're told to live a quiet life, and the less we know, the less we are involved with, the quieter our life will be. What did I lay down? Okay, I got to add more here. Add more yarn. So yeah, you guys, it's scripture to mind your own business. Mind your own business at work, at church, at home. And even if you have adult kids, sometimes you just got to stay out of their business, and mind your own business. And I love that the the phrase busybody. When you think busybody, you might think being busy doing good things. But in this case, just envision someone house hopping. I think about in living color, for those of you who come from the late 80s and 90s, the Waynans, they had the in living color, and they had that lady, I can't think of her name. She was in everybody's business. She would sit outside her apartment talking about everybody, and she knew everybody's business. The funny thing is, she never moved from her chair, but she would be considered a busybody because she just had her nose in everybody's business. You don't want to be like that. And it's only because I'm on camera, I'm having a hard time putting this, oh, now I drop it, putting the thread in, because I tell you, off camera, I had no problems whatsoever. The eye of the needle was big enough for this to go through with no problem. But now I'm on camera. Yeah. So I don't have anything planned except I'm going for a jog. Still got plenty of Thanksgiving food left over. I didn't eat any Thanksgiving food last night. I'm trying to get my iron up because I got my blood work back, and my iron, my doctor wanted it's on the low side. Though it's within the standard range, it's the low. These ranges can range from like 20 to 300. Mine's is not below, but it's at the low side of the range, which is low. So I gotta I'm working. I've been researching food, what types of foods. I'm just refreshing myself. I've suffered from low iron for years, but I'm seeing how it's affecting my hair. And I'm trying to make a list of all the foods I can eat and getting back on the right supplements, as well as vitamin D. My vitamin D is low. As much time as I spend in the sun, you would think I wouldn't have that problem, but African Americans don't absorb as much vitamin D from the sun as lighter skinned people. So supplements definitely come in handy. As a matter of fact, I have to pick up my prescription. You can buy it over the counter, but the one that I'll be taking, it's a once a week prescription. Oh, that's cute. And you know what? I could put a scarf and put a bell. But is anything missing from him? Do you guys like him? You can use this craft plastic to cut out any type, any shape. Where's my journal? I did cut out, let's see here. Share this page here. I love this page. This was before we went to Turks and Caicos. My husband and I went to Costco, and it had started to turn like fall, but not a whole lot in my immediate neck of the woods. And across the street from Costco, I saw this beautiful tree that turned. So we had to go across the street so I could take pictures. And this is the one I took of him. So I love it. He looks so handsome with that. I got this coat for him. I think it was Costco or Sam's Club. And he always gets so many compliments from this coat when he wears it. A vendor had come in And I saw the coat, and here's the thing, it was the last coat in all sizes. And I called him because I didn't know his size. I took a chance to get it, and he just loves this coat. He didn't change his clothes after he got off work. And I love this picture because look at the backdrop. Look at the fall, you guys. Ah! But this is what I wanted to share with you here. This is one of the leaves. I used one of my steel rule dies to cut this leaf out. I didn't add any embroidery thread to it. I did not stain it, and it's thin. And let me see. I think okay, here's another one. Another leaf right here. So I will be cutting out different die cuts using this plastic. And you guys, I think that is it. I will add more, maybe a scarf or a bow, but he's pretty much done. Do you guys like him? You like his face? Deb, what do you think? Look at her face. You guys hold 1 second. I do have a haul to share, but I'm going to share it in another video. I got a Spellbinders order in, a little small order. I was at Joann's yesterday because they have a lot of doorbusters. I got some Tim Holtz stuff. And, oh, you know what? I will share this, though. Let me go to the kitchen to get it. I was at Michael's recently, and am I still on? Okay, I am. I don't think I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And okay, I'm still live. I was at Michael's, and I came across something I hadn't seen. Ever seen, actually. I don't recall this product here. Now, their fall stuff is 70% off, and I couldn't pass this up. These are printed felt sheets, and you get 10, and it was $1.50. And look at the pumpkins and the acorns and the leaves. I thought that was so cool. They had other prints too. Look at the mushrooms. Now, I don't really care for the faces, but they're cute. But I don't care for the white background. And then I thought I could take an ink pad, take a sponge, and color the white. Make it look more fall. But it is cute, though. So, same price. And then they had some solid colors. Deb states, yes, I do like them. They're sweet. Thank you, Deb. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Fall colors. See, and it says Thanksgiving there. Love the mustard. And then this color here. Thanksgiving as well. And then turkeys. This is felt, you all, which is thin. To me, it's a cross between fabric and paper. However you use paper, well, not in every way, but if you make pockets and die cuts, you can use this. And look at look at these turkeys. There's different turkeys. My favorite one is this one here. I love this print. This tangerine background with these flowers with the brown centers. But you only get 5 of the prints, and then you get this color. I think you get 10 of this like off-white color. So yeah, I thought this was a fabulous find because I'm still creating fall. This is going to be perfect. And look, this is the felt. And then it gave me an idea. I can print on felt. I don't think I've ever done that before. So I like this. Now I wish they had brown, but I have brown felt from years ago. This felt, at least this sheet, seems a little stiffer. It's still flexible though, but I like this. I had never seen it, and you know what? They have some for Christmas too. I didn't care for the prints for Christmas, and perhaps they're going to put out more because the prints I saw for Christmas was in the section where you find the $1 and $2 and $3 items. These were in the section, the fall section, like in an aisle. So I like that. And with that being said, you all, I hope you have enjoyed my I don't know, canvas. I don't know what I'm going to call these, but they're ornaments, but they're tags as well. Yeah, I got to add a hanging tag to it. I think they're cute. All right, you guys, with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me with this live experience. I know I'm leaving things out, but I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, no matter where you are in God's part of the world. I cannot believe it's the holiday season. It don't feel like it here in my neck of the woods. I think today we were close to 70, and December is next week, and we're close to 70. We're supposed to be in the 50s in a couple days, and I cannot wait. Though the days are beautiful, and yes, they say it's second spring here in my neck of the woods, I want it to get cold. That's probably why this past week I haven't really been into my tea. Though it gets chilly at night and it's chilly in the morning, it's just too much sun. But I'm excited too. Well, I'm not in the Christmas spirit yet, and I don't know if I'm going to be this holiday season, to be honest, but I am looking forward to. I looked up the other day, and OWN, which is Oprah's um her thing, instead of 3 Christmas movies, she's only coming out with 2. But it starts next week. And then Hallmark. I had mentioned to you guys last season, that Hallmark, okay, a fun fact if you don't know, Hallmark has a African American line of cards called Mahogany, and it's been out for about 40 years. I mentioned this in one of my Christmas videos last year. I didn't realize it had been out that many years. Well, last year I mentioned to you all that Hallmark was going to have a line of African American movies based on the card line. Well, they came out with 2 movies already, and one, I still have it on my DVRD. I still have to just sit down. I love the movie, but I haven't sat down and watched the whole thing through. I'll get bits and pieces. And it has the word unthinkable in it, but it's about these friends. They go visit a friend who lives in, is it France or Rome? Anyway, they go to a place that my husband and I actually visited, whatever country that is. And they really did film over there too. Yeah, they filmed on location. But I love that movie. The one they came out with about a month ago, that starred one of the twin sisters, Tia or Tamara. I'm not too sure which one. I really couldn't really get into that one, but I'm going to go back and watch that one more. But the same day, Oprah comes out with one of her Christmas movies, which is the third, is the same day Hallmark will air one of their new Mahogany movies. So I cannot wait to watch those too. I could never get into Hallmark's Christmas movies. I love the fall movies, and I still have them saved on my DVRD. But I couldn't get into the Christmas movies. And Oprah came out with her Christmas movies, which I just love. And I hate that she's cheating us by only giving us two for the last, this is the fourth year that, and I've seen all her movies, except I missed one last Christmas of the dog. And I missed that on purpose because I think I was fostering a dog at that time or trying to find a home for a dog. And I just didn't want to be reminded. I didn't want some sad Christmas story. So I'm going to watch that one this year, but I've seen all the rest of them. And I have two still recorded on my DVRD from last year. I never did delete them. So I'll be watching those soon as well. And one is called Baking Christmas. That's my absolute favorite from Oprah. And the other one is A Sisterly Christmas. That's, well, might be my second favorite. I just love those two. But I look forward to the new ones coming out. And with that being said, you all, oh, you know what? You know what's so funny? I look at my comments and I don't know if there's new comments coming through. Hi, Annette. I see you, Annette. I don't know if you commented earlier, but, well, let me go back. Hold on, you guys. Deb states, thanks. It's getting dark here. You're in Minnesota. All right. Kind of mild here by our standards, but it will be cold for you. Send some of that coldness my way. Send it my way. Some of you, well, I am working on, if Lord willing, for upcoming fall seasons, I need to visit some of you. There's somebody I already talked to who lives in a place that's beautiful during fall. And Lord willing, next year, might pay her a visit during fall. Turks and Caicos was beautiful, but they have no fall. It's hot all year. That was the only thing that would have made this trip supreme. But, you know, it's an island and you can vacation there all year. The temperatures are warm all year. But yeah, I need to make a list of some of you YouTubers. Annette sent me some fall leaves. Annette, since you're here, let me share with you how I shared one of the leaves you sent me. Is it in this journal or the other journal? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, here it is right here. Annette, this is one of your leaves that you sent me. See, it found its way in my journal. And I got this before our leaves turned. And you know what? The leaf color is still vibrant. Look how beautiful that is. And I used a bigger leaf in my other journal. So Annette states, checking my mail for the last video. Love, love, love. So cute. Thank you. She also states, I'm freezing in Missouri. Are you really? Send some my way. Bottle it up if you can. It's my first winter. Oh, it is your first winter there. Oh, you're right. Annette just moved to Missouri. And I hope the sun comes as things change daily out here. Girl, you can have some of this sun. If I could send some your way, I would. Oh, I love the turquoise bow here. Thank you. It's a pre-bow. Let's see if I have the package here. It came from Tuesday morning. Oh, miss my Tuesday morning. Okay, I can't pull it out, but whole pack of different color bows. And wood colored buttons on the gingerbread. These are the wood ones here. Or are you talking about the other? No, it's these. And she also states, thinking of mahogany, do you guys remember the actual mahogany? Yes, 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 and yes. No, because I just turned on YouTube and there I saw. You mean the Mahogany movie with Diana Ross? I think about that movie time to time because I want to watch it. Diana Ross, we know, beautiful, fabulous singer, but the woman could act. And I remember Mahogany, and I think she played with the male counterpart was Billy D. Williams, right? So are you talking about Mahogany, the movie? Do you know where you're going to? I think that's the theme song. Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? I think so. Well, you guys, it's been about an hour and a half, and I think I might make me a cup of tea and sit down and watch. It's funny when I think to sit down and watch either a fall or Christmas, well, fall movie, I end up watching Dateline instead. I love me some Dateline in 2020. So I'm thinking I want to sit down. No, I got to get out there and run. I might run about 5. Yeah. But I'm thinking about making my tea and watching. Oh, I need to watch. I have a lot of shows saved up, like The Resident. I have all the shows episodes saved, and but we watch that together, my husband and I. But Queen Sugar, I gotta watch the last episode. The finale episode is coming up. But Cherish, I got several episodes I gotta catch up on, and those are series from the own network. So I might catch up on one of those. But I need to get out there and you guys, it's been beautiful in my neck of the woods. It's fall in all its splendor. Though there are still trees that need to fully turn fall, I get out there, it always puts a smile on my face. And I'm already going through the blues of autumn ending. Though we still got some weeks left in my neck of the woods, I wait so long. I literally think about fall all year long. And to know that it's going to be ending and we're rushing in, like it's the holiday season now, and so it's all about Christmas. Oh, let me show this and I'll let you guys go. For Thanksgiving, my daughter brought over, look what she made. She must have been thinking my thoughts because, and I did not ask her to make these. She thought to make fall gingerbread, and they do taste good. I prefer the light over the dark. And she made some pumpkins. I thought she had another shape. Okay, she had chocolate too. Yeah. I am going to, I want to keep one of these as an ornament. Many of you know at my first gingerbread party, which I don't know what date my party is going to be. You guys, I have to work up the I got to work it up, right? Cuz I'm so into fall. I haven't even thought much about my gingerbread party, and there will be a party though. I don't know what type of party it's going to be, but there will be a party. But my first party 7 years ago, when I debuted my first ever gingerbread cookies, and I kept a cookie, never ate it, and to this day it's still in good tact. I didn't know you could just keep cookies like that and they won't fall apart, but these are her first. She's a baker, and it's a business she has now. She literally gets orders to make different types of cookies. Something she started this year, but this is the first gingerbread cookie that she's made. So I want to immortalize it. A dark one and a light one to keep for my gingerbread tree that I'm not putting up this year. And with that being said, you all, okay, Annette, she stated, yes, with Billy D. Yes, 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 mahogany. She said, sing it. Ah, ooh, those are some crispy dark gingers. You are so funny. You are so funny. Um, I prefer vanilla over chocolate. Chocolate is good, but I can live without chocolate. I love a good sugar cookie or a shortbread cookie, and these remind me of that. Yeah, the chocolate is not bad, but it's just I prefer the light. But they're cute, right? I mean, she beat me with her doing all this baking. I really don't have to bake. All right, you all. That's it. That is it. I want to wish you all a wonderful. That was sweet of her, Annette. Yes, Annette. We're going to have a party. Definitely. I've been thinking. Um, last year was like the probably the biggest party I've had because I pulled out almost all of my rubber stamps and had it all set up nice. I can tell you it won't be that. That's a lot of work. Part of it is, you guys, and I've talked about this. I had my ginger. Okay, we're in 22. I had the same gingerbread. I had my gingerbread set up from 2019. For those of you who attended that party, I never did take, wait a minute, was it 19? No, not that far. That's too far. Okay, 2020. 2020. At that party, I never did take down my gingerbread setup. So for 2021, which was last year, I just modified it and added some things to it. But it was up all year. Now, for the 2021 party, which was last year, I didn't take those things down until the summer. Yeah. My husband and I were empty nesters. I have the whole house to myself. So there was no rush, there was no need. So I finally took that setup down about summertime. So I've had gingerbread with me for 2 years. 2 years. And that's part of the reason why I'm not pulling out any Christmas stuff. I'm not going to pull out my Christmas tree because my Christmas tree did not come down until the summertime too. I'm so into fall. I'm not into Christmas because it's just been with me. And anyway, I have to work myself up to wanting to see it all. But there will be a gingerbread party. It's just not going to be the setup it was like last year. It's going to be on a much smaller scale. I do buy gingerbread all year. As a matter of fact, I went through some gingerbread rubber stamps yesterday because I am thinking about my party and what type of party I want to have and how I want to do it. It's just not going to be all grand like it was last year because I'm not going to pull, all that stuff out. But it's still going to be a gingerbread party because I still love gingerbread. I can't truly really get tired of gingerbread. I just need a break, that's all. Annette states the only time you don't prefer brown, LOL. I love brown all year. All year. Yay, party time. It'll more than likely be the week of Christmas. It normally is. What I do want to do, well, I'll keep that to myself. Yeah, it'll more than likely be, you know what? It might be Christmas Eve. I don't know. And I might come live. Then again, I might not. It just kind of depends on how I feel because I really don't know what I thought to bring out tags, Christmas tags too, that I've made over the years and showcase those, but those require that I go through bins and do all that, and I really don't want to do all that. So we'll we'll see. I know last year I stated that I was going to focus on my gingerbread dies at this party, but that requires once again that I go through bins, and I don't. It's going to be fun, you all, because we got to have fun with gingerbread, right? Gingerbread is always fun. I might not sound all that enthusiastic, but It's going to be fun. And I adore my gingerbread. All right, you guys, my phone did not stop. And Annette and Deb, you guys let me know, how is the lighting? Can you tell I'm working with a new phone? Because my last phone, which I still have, I was having it would stop and freeze. This phone here. And I don't think it was this bright. How is it, Annette? If you're still there, Deb. Lighting is great, according to Deb. Yay! And Annette states, maybe it can be more about the latest finds of last year to this year, and tea and chit chat about gingerbread history. I like that. In my first couple party videos, I gave some gingerbread chit chat. I like that. Yes, definitely. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You guys want to see what I got from Michael since you're here? Or should I do it in a separate video? I know this video has been going on for a while. I can always come back. Oh, 110 minutes. Y'all said yes? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get it. Did you guys catch Tim Holtz? He did 3 live videos yesterday. Hoopla, his hoopla party. I caught them all. And as I was watching his videos, I'm making a list. Okay, this is what I need to get. This is what I need to get. So I knew Joann's had his stuff on sale. So I went to Joann's yesterday. I went because I wanted his holiday distress crayons. And I wanted a couple other items as well. But it was all half off. So I think these came out to be $3 something. And then I got one of his collage brushes, some crackle paste. All of these items were half off. And Joann's, you know, they do good sales. These were considered, I think, doorbusters. It was really a half off sale. You couldn't use any coupons, additional coupons on it. But I got the collage medium. These are items he was working with. Well, I don't think he worked with the crackle paste, but from watching his video. Now, these are the 3D embossing folders. And I think this comes from his latest release. I have to see, because Hobby Lobby had some 3D folders on clearance. I picked up several weeks ago, no, months ago, or a couple months ago, but I don't think it was these. Yeah, because these are the latest ones. This is the pine cone. This is so pretty to me. And then I picked up the lace, but this looks familiar. So I have to see if I picked up this from, excuse me, Hobby Lobby. And then I finally picked up some of his Distress Craft Heavy stock. I love craft. He worked with this in a video. I had it before in my basket and I put it back. So I love craft, and this is heavy stock. I'm going to compare it to Recollections. And then I had never tried his colored craft stock. If I'm not mistaken, this particular craft stock, if you were to distress it or to sand it down, it has a craft core. So that's unique. His craft stock, these colors are unique, because with other distressable type papers, when you sand it down, the color is either white below it or it's the same color as the paper. So you sand this down, it's going to have a craft base, and I like that. And I probably had these. I don't think these are new, but these are perfect for your journals. Look at that. Mementos of Lives Lived. A lot of different phrases, quotes. Now, Tim Holtz, he worked with this in his video, and a lot of things are being discontinued, but he swore by this distress two-toned wood grain paper to the point that I think he stated he had like, he stocked up on it. So I figured if he likes it, let me at least pick up a pack. Now, we can create this effect with embossing folders, but what's special about this is it's two-toned. So he did work with it, and I did like what I saw. And my store had another color, but it was a smaller pack, so I didn't get it. And even on sale, even half off, I think this was $7. I see why it's being discontinued. It's expensive. But I got it because I'd rather get it now instead of regretting it later. Okay, and I got this set of distress crayons. And these other items, they're just little, like, probably have these in your stash. These are the clothespins, safety pins rather. And then I got these jump rings. And then I got more of the mini paper clips. And then, might as well just go ahead and share Michael's. So Michael's got their Christmas craft stuff 50% off. Now, I had purchased, excuse me, maybe a couple months ago, I purchased my stuff and got it at 20% off with the intentions of, when it went on sale, get either a price adjustment or return my items and get the cheaper price, right? How come I can't find my original receipt? I cannot find my original receipt, and this is not the bag. Hold on, you guys. So what I could do is return what I just purchased because I already have it, right? Or keep it all. Keep it all. Where is that bag? Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. You guys, give me a second. Where is the bag? Because this is the original bag that I shared with you all. I got some duplicates, but there are a couple items that I hadn't seen when I got the original items. And now, hold on, you all, hold on. Okay, I got it. It was on the kitchen table. So some of these items you guys have seen already, but they're 50% off. I want to focus on the items. Well, you know, I'll quickly just share it again. Okay, so you guys have seen, if you saw my video, and I'm sure you probably seen other crafters share these items. Look at the gingerbread. So that's a duplicate. This is also a duplicate, but look, it has the Black Santa. I'm going to do a video featuring the Black Santa because I have found some, like this one here, another duplicate from my first order, but there's the Black Santa. Kudos to Michael's. Now, what is new that I did not see the first time I was there? Look at the Black Santa. I hadn't seen these. And you know what? Let me open this up to see if these are all the Black Santa. Yep. But you guys, I point this out because have we seen this at stores? I just thank God. I've been crafting since '04, been hoarding and buying, and it's only now I walk into a craft store. Well, Michael started a couple years ago with the planning supplies. How shocked I was when I walked in and saw a whole end cap with African American crafting and planning supplies. I'm so happy they continue to do that. It's been years, years I've waited and can walk into a store, and not every store, but walk into Michael's and there's a whole pack of a black Santa. I cherish that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hoard more of this because this, I have to think, you know what? This might be the first time I've seen black Santa craft products in the store. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we didn't see this last year. Did we? I don't remember. Yeah, we didn't see this last year. So, and there's some stickers too. I didn't get the stickers yet. Um, but in their sticker packs, they have the black and the white Santa. So this was new when I went the other day. And then also, I want to get another one of these. These are tags. And look, this collection has Miss Claus too. But not only the white Santa. Just wait, just wait, just wait. Look, you got the black Santa and you got the black Mrs. Claus. And you get 3 sheets of each design. And you know what? I am loving. Look at his cheeks. He got the merriest, fullest cheeks. The design, whoever illustrated this Santa did a fabulous job. So you can make, they should have had all these pages just of the Santa. You get a lot though. What's half off? These are basically stickers. So let's see, these are all repeat items. That's what I got from Michael's. So I'm going to end up keeping these items. I'm a hoarder. Pray for me. I'm a hoarder. Lord willing, though, 10 years from now, and who wants to think about getting older, right? Because 10 years from now, it's going to be a lot of gray hair. Might be some artificial knees and all that. But I think about that. Lord willing, if I'm here then and in my right mind and got my faculties right, I think about pulling out all this stuff from like now and playing with it 10 years from now. And I think like that because I think about times, about bygone times, like when I first started crafting, or even before I began crafting. I am wishing now that I kept those ads, like those Michaels and Joann's ads back from when I first started crafting, because when I began crafting in '04, Cricut came out that following year, and how I wish to come across a Michaels ad, a Black Fridays ad from back in the year. I live in yesteryear and I think about that. And I'm like, Felicia, if you had the foresight to save your Black Friday and your Christmas ads, because it was different back then. And I've talked about, well, back then we didn't do videos. We may have shared some hauls, but hauls wasn't a big thing back then. And YouTube was just getting started. But how I wish I took pictures of of the crafty aisles back during that time to see what was sold. Because like at Michael's in 2004, 2005, it was all about the Sizzix red dyes and the punches and all that. You didn't see clear stamps a lot. You didn't see the But you didn't see the wafer thin dies. But anyway, so I think about 10 years from now, and I know I'm justifying being a hoarder, but I'm just a hoarder. I ain't no rationale behind that. I'm a hoarder. But that is my thought process. I'm just gonna keep it. And then to share as well. I do have other things to share, you all, but I am so not organized. Um, I'm gonna leave it at that. Final comments. She Annette states a lot of light, good, and yes, make us all run for the door of Michael's again. Can we ever get enough, right? And Annette also states, I'm watching on TV. You're watching this on your TV? But my phone seems slower to comment. I have yet to do that. My husband and I, we were talking about setting it up for the TV. I think I did it before a long time ago. And she also states, oh, these colors are beautiful. Okay, I put everything away now, Annette. I don't know what colors you're talking about, but I put it all away. All right, you all. Thank you. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Deb, for joining me in the chats. And thank all of you who are watching now and who will watch later. People, I encourage you with the word of God to mind your own business. Don't be offended if someone say mind your own business, because it is scripture, right? If you didn't know that, you know that now. You don't want to be a busybody, have your nose in everybody else's business. Life, live a quiet life, and your life can be quieter if you just look. You got enough business to mind yourself, whether or not you know it, right? You got enough business you need to tend to. So I hope the word has encouraged you all to think twice about gossip, to think twice about meddling and being a busybody, and yeah, just being all up in other people's business. My life, for the most part, is very quiet. It really is. When I say very quiet, the only drama in my life, it comes from within. It comes from me. It comes from within. It ain't about nobody else. Why? Because I'm literally not in nobody else's business. I don't want to know. I have this saying. Let me see if I can say it. And I'm not going to say it the way I normally say it, but this is my attitude. I ain't seen it. I ain't heard it. I ain't said nothing, did nothing, thought nothing, felt nothing. Um, uh, let's see what else. Um, wrote nothing, texted nothing. I cover all of it. Leave me out of it. I don't know. Leave me out. That's my attitude. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. I don't want to be a part of it. I ain't said it. Just look, just leave me out of it. I'm not going to put myself in it, and I'm not going to let you put me in it either. When you just mind your own business, you don't have to worry about people saying this about you, because you know what? They might do it anyway, right? But if you in their business, you give them just cause. But if you live that quiet life, just minding your own business, tending to your own household, your life will be quieter. And you know what? That translates having more peace. Because don't we all want, and don't we all need more peace? And think about the amount of time you might spend on the phone or on social media. Yeah, you can be in other people's business. Stop stalking people, right? On social media. Stay off their profile. Mind your own business. Thank God for his word, because it can take us a long way, people. And once again, if you didn't know, you know now. It is scripture. It comes from the Bible to mind your own business. So don't be offended if someone tell you that. Instead, say, Lord, thank you. I'm reminded to mind my own business. Because after all, it's about your peace too, right? It's about you having peace, maintaining peace, fighting for your peace. And when someone says mind your own business, Thank God that you were told to mind your own business. And with that being said, I'm gonna go mind my own business. Bye, Deb. It was fun. Take care, Annette. Thank you so very much. And all of you have a blessed, well, it's going to be evening here pretty soon in my neck of the woods. Blessed night, evening, morning, whatever, no matter where you are in God's part of the world. I want to thank you all for joining me this day. All right, you all, I'm signing off. As always, blessings. Ooh, 2 hours. Time be flying by. Okay. How do I stop this? Working with a new phone. I don't know how to work this. There you go.